Super Mario Sunshine is literally the best video game of all time. Why? Great question. I'm glad I asked. All the video game nerds out there will compare Sunshine to Super Mario 64, calling it a wacky, unpolished sequel to one of Nintendo's big dog releases. This is a totally fair comparison, with Big Brother 64 putting the 3D platforming genre on the map, paving the way for the entire series to flourish as the industry started to evolve. It's impossible to talk about 3D Mario without mentioning this game, just like it's impossible for an N64 Neanderthal to play with a wienerless controller. But your boy didn't grow up during Shakespeare time with witches and plagues. Your boy grew up with a GameCube. I have been playing Sunshine since I could physically play video games, sitting in front of my TV with a full diaper, completely exhausting the beautiful world filled with blue coins and kidnapped princesses. There was something inherently magical about this game's design to me, so it really blew my horn to learn that some people had different opinions. Like what? Naturally, nostalgia is a big factor here. Anyone who grew up with a cube loved this game more than SpongeBob loves Krabby Patties, but I think it goes far beyond that. This game became a key aspect that went into shaping my childhood, and was one of the catalysts that transformed me into a grass avoider who loves to 100% games. The incredible movement, memorable levels, quirky characters, and unique design. All of these things come together to make something unapologetically special. So after completing this game for the millionth time, I'll be using this video to document my thoughts on
Super Mario Sunshine! Woohoo!
Sunshine is like your bro heading home from the bar all alone, because even though he's got a great personality, he's still a little weird, and this weirdness is thrown at you right off the bat with the game's introduction. The gang takes a trip to Isle Delfino for a tropical vacation, but learns that a villain has been vandalizing the island with
Icky paint-like goop!
As a result, Mario is arrested by the Pianta sheriff and his deputy under suspicion of being the perpetrator, before being thrown in jail, and after a fair trial, has to carry out some court-ordered community service to bring back the island's shine sprites. On paper, it's pretty outrageous. Mario having to clean an island covered in toxic splooge with a talking water jetpack because a dinosaur thinks that Princess Peach is his mama. But right out the gate, the developers established that they're willing to do something different, already having more story than any other Mario game. Are there some plot holes or inconsistencies here and there? Sure, but what are you, a cop? The biggest draw for me though has always been the world of Isle Delfino. Let me tell you something, okay? This game is over 20 years old and still looks amazing. Windmill villages, networks of construction beams, sunset-lit beaches, bustling amusement parks, underwater exploration, beautiful ladies. The presentation is immaculate, but what's most impressive is how much diversity the developers put into a game confined to one central theme. There's just this inherent feeling of relaxation and joy running around the world, with an unprecedented sense of immersion keeping you locked in. Like, get your eyeballs on this. I'm on Delfino Plaza, but I can see the other levels from here. I know, right? It's these small things, like watching the light return to the world as you gather shine sprites, that make my love for this game echo across the lands louder than the clap of Zeus's thunder. Now I know what you're thinking, but I'm gonna need you to stop thinking and open up your brain hole a bit for this next part. The levels. Oh boy, each and every level in this game is so memorable, I'm literally drooling all over myself just thinking about it. You toddlers can keep complaining about the linear structure and episodic nature of the levels, but when you have 7 different sandboxes that are this fun to explore, I don't want to hear it. To be fair though, this was a big departure from the framework of 64, forcing the player to complete the first 7 episodes in each level to progress the story. But I honestly think that it works in the context of this game. Each level visibly evolves as you progress through the episodes, showcasing a very real sense of progression based on your actions. After you defeat Shadow Mario in each level, all of the goop is cleared and you're rewarded with a celebration of some kind. Take Noki Bay as an example. The humble Noki are getting farmed by polluted water, so it's up to Mario to explore a potential cause during each episode, eventually discovering that a dirty eel named Eely Mouth and its scurvy is the source of the problem. Mario dives in there and defeats it by brushing its teeth. Like, what? Letting the Nokis finally hang out underwater again. And how about the Phantomanta fight, huh? Like, tell me this isn't an insanely cool boss fight. Each level is a fully realized environment, where even the NPC characters react and change as you progress through the game. And this is best examined in the game's hub. Delfino Plaza is without a doubt the absolute coolest hub world literally in the history of man. I dare you to say otherwise. There are so many secrets and interactions to discover, blue coins and shines, goofy characters. How could you not love it? But where there is good, there must also be bad. And in Sunshine's case, I think one of the biggest fuck-ups is the repetition. This is a natural result of the smaller, more interconnected world, and it stinks more than a meathead in a dress shirt. There is so much recycled content in this game, from the bosses to the missions. Why do I have to defeat Gooper Pooper 3 separate times in 2 different levels? You want to talk about repetition? I did the math, and there are about an uncountable number of red coin missions in this game. Literally 4 in Bianco Hills alone. Jesus Christ. Secret levels, polluted piranha fights, all the 240 blue coins you have to collect, fucking Shadow Mario in every level. It's so frustrating how every unique and innovative idea in this game gets squeezed to the absolute max. I can make the excuse that a lot of this was mainly because of the game's short development time, and you better believe I will. But this is a negative aspect of Sunshine I really wish was done better. But you know what's the opposite of a negative? That's right, a positive. And this is my transition into talking about the game's music. Mario Sunshine's music is hands down one of the absolute best soundtracks in video game history, both in terms of overall quality, but also in how well it fits with the overarching theme of each level and environment. The instrumentation is just so unique and fully captures the aesthetic of each part of the world. Exhibit A, you got Rico Harbor that goes like... And then you got Gelato Beach that's like... And then Pina Park is like... Think about how important sound design is in shaping how you experience a piece of media. Not even just from the perspective of the score, but small things like the sound effects you hear non-stop during a playthrough. Like, listen to this. Or how about this? I want you to listen to this and tell me this isn't exactly what a Pianta would sound like in real life. The story and presentation of this game are far from perfect, but it's hard to sit here in my gamer throne and not appreciate Sunshine's willingness to be so distinct and charming, doing something completely different following its predecessor's success. Alright, it's time for us to talk some real talk. The movement. The movement in Sunshine is like Miyamoto's divine gift to humanity. Mario is so agile and fluid, you can honestly get lost in just experimenting with this insane arsenal of tricks. You got the triple jump, the side flip, the fucking spin jump, you can slide, but if you spray some water in front of you, then you can blast off. There are so many ways to traverse the environments, but I'm gonna stop you right there because we have to talk about the main gimmick. That's right, FLUDD, baby, hell yeah. I feel like this is a very polarizing mechanic, with people simultaneously saying it's the most and least Mario-like mechanic in the series, but I absolutely love it. FLUDD is a talking water gun that joins Mario on his quest to clean up all the caca around the island, and it is absolutely crazy. I mean, I feel like Nintendo went completely out of their minds here and said, screw it, here's a jetpack with a rocket function that also lets you zoom across water like a lunatic in a Mario game. It's bottom line broken. You screwed up a jump? Don't worry about it, you can just hover right out of it. Want to skip the intended route for the level? Not even an issue. FLUDD is absolutely bananas in its implementation, and I think this is a huge part of Sunshine's charm. It's up to you to push the mechanics and experiment till your balls fall off. And they will. Well, unless you're in a secret level, where FLUDD gets inexplicably yoinked and you're forced to platform the old-fashioned way. I've always thought these levels were a great contrast to the rest of the game, building up the habit of relying on the hover nozzle and then throwing you in a space where you actually have to be careful with your movement. I just wish they were really integrated into the actual world. They're just kind of floating in the middle of nowhere, and you just have to go with it. But at least they have a cool version of the original Mario theme. Overall, I think Sunshine's design is incredibly well implemented. Until it isn't. Okay, let's address the elephant in the room now, shall we? There is a heaping helping of complete horse shit in this game. You got the Sandbird, the Watermelon Escort mission, the dumbass Chucksters. Sunshine is iconic for all of the broken, barely functioning levels scattered across 120 shines. Some video game connoisseurs like yours truly might say that this jank is a part of the generation's charm, but getting stomped by the piece of shit pachinko machine after gathering all 8 red coins changes you. Like, look at this. Whoever programmed the canoe physics in this game must have earned Nintendo's Biggest Idiot of the Month award, because Jesus Christ, it just doesn't work. The complaints are totally fair, except for the fact that only little pussy mama's boys complain about boo-hoo, tough level mechanics, so they're not fair at all. If you're having a tough time nutting up, I've prepared a little bit of inspiration for you. Yes, it can be done. And while we're on the subject, let's talk about the camera. Sunshine's camera gets a lot of hate, but I want you to look me directly in my eyeballs and tell me that the camera was a problem more than just a couple of niche times throughout your playthrough. I dare you. It for sure clowns on you in this Pina Park level, I'm not disputing that, but I've never really thought it was as bad as people preach. What is bad though is the boot out system. Why in God's name do I get booted back to the hub world if I crash a blooper into an obstacle? Who approved this? Sure, there are a bunch of annoying levels, but at least they mostly let you restart back at the beginning. I swear, being kicked out of the level every time I die is so outrageously frustrating. I'm getting heated just thinking about it. Even so, though there are many Mario games that clearly have a level of polish missing in Sunshine, I wholeheartedly think that the things done well in this game far overshadow the flubs. If you look up the Olympic gold medal champion of 100%ing this game, you'll find a picture of 8-year-old me, probably. There's just this inexplicable, intrinsic sense of accomplishment and joy from collecting everything in this absolute beast of a game. But outside of this nostalgia genjutsu, there sadly aren't any valuable rewards for the effort. There are a total of 120 shine sprites to collect in this game, scattered across the 7 levels, Delfino Plaza, and Corona Mountain. Outside of the 8 main episodes in each world, you can find additional secret shines by revisiting certain areas, exploring the environments, or collecting 100 coins in each world. The rest are obtained by collecting blue coins. Yeah. On paper, blue coins are a fun, supplemental collectible that rewards your exploration and curiosity. But unfortunately, Nintendo made the donkey brain decision to exclude any way of tracking which ones you've already collected. On top of this, some of the blue coins are so goddamn cryptic, I have no idea how someone can find all of them without a guide. Some are found only in individual episodes, even if you go back to the same area in a different one, while others are just straight up insane. Like, for example, who would think to spray the moon in Pianta Village? But we're not children. So naturally, we will collect all 240 of them using a checklist on Google and slobber all over our controllers as they count down all at once. Delicious. Unfortunately, Sunshine was born at a time where the Mario series didn't do any cool bonus levels or special rewards for securing that tasty 100%. But I wasn't born a quitter, so I did it every time anyways. Obtaining all 120 shine sprites rewards you with a little postcard featuring all the characters wishing you a relaxing vacation at the end of the credits, as well as a cool sun icon on your save file. Nice. You can also unlock a couple of cosmetic goodies in this game. A pair of badass sunglasses when you obtain a total of 30 shine sprites, and a sick Hawaiian shirt once you defeat Bowser for the first time. As soon as you meet these requirements, you can talk to Papa Pianta towards the beginning of every level, or in Delfino Plaza, and he will both give and remove these cosmetics at any time. The only caveat is that once you unlock both, you cannot put them on separately. If I was a normal person, I would say that it's honestly not worth it to collect every single thing in this game. You only need to complete up to episode 7 in each world to unlock the final level and tune into Bowser's hot tub stream. And a lot of the optional levels contain some of the biggest bullshit this game has to offer. Getting a few of the optional shines and blue coins at your own pace while taking in the expressive and beautiful game is a totally fair way to play. But I'm a monster, and if you don't get all 120 shines, then I will literally come after you. So, let's address the question at the beginning of the video. Why is Super Mario Sunshine literally the best video game of all time? I don't have to answer to you. Sunshine is a profoundly unique game. It is one of the most charming and purposefully different games in the series, and as someone who grew up with it, I will always have a bias. This game was absolutely rushed, and you can feel it throughout certain aspects of the gameplay, but it's also a game that has an unmistakable personality. The movement is exciting, the levels are extraordinary, the world is breathtaking, the final Bowser fight is preposterous, and above all else, it's just fun. Plus, Toadsworth sounds like this. 10 out of 10. Ultimate powered game.